If you're a career coach that is looking to grow and go viral on Instagram and TikTok, then I have an amazing conversation for you. The conversation that you're about to watch is a live workshop that we did for the career coaches community. That is a free community for career coaches. And we had a guest speaker. That guest speaker is a good friend of mine, is a client of mine, but someone that is amazing and is an expert at going viral on Instagram and TikTok and creating amazing content. Her name is Peck. She has over 750,000 followers on all her social media platforms combined. And her content very often goes viral, which means it's not luck because it has happened many, many, many times. And so what you're about to watch is her walking through her secrets step by step, how she's able to go viral over and over and amass such a large following. And if you're a career coach looking to explore those platforms, then this is the video for you.
Hi, Hillary. I don't know if I've ever met you. I'm Allie. Hey, Mariana.
Hey, Allie, nice to meet you. I just joined last week, so this is the first time I'm meeting you.
She's doing the accelerator too. So, and the
sick. You're gonna love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I talked to Rico before I joined as well. So
yeah, sweet. Nice seeing you.
Yeah, you too.
Where are you? I don't see you.
Right here.
There you are.
Yeah, nice seeing you. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, it was great meeting you, Hillary. Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel, it was Rico. He sold me. That was it.
I need a commission, buddy. I want a commission.
Oh, you guys. Well, I appreciate Allie you doing this so much, and so let's definitely record it, because what we're gonna do is we'll add it to the library, to the classroom setting, and then so that'll be awesome. So anyways, let's just get started, and as people trickle in, we'll let them trickle in. So everybody, welcome to our first official Career Coaches Community event. I am super excited, first of all, that the community is out and that our first guest is Allie, and that we're going to be talking about something that she is just a rock star in, and that's kind of how to go viral on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm glad that Rico's here too, because I know he pulls a lot of the strings behind the scenes, and makes it so that Allie continues to look like a rock star on social media. So Allie, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm so excited to be doing this. I love talking about social media. Like you, Daniel, I feel like I stumbled through the first, I don't know how long you stumbled for, but like when it finally clicked for each platform, I'm like, I have to share what I've learned, because you can buy all the best equipment, but if you don't know the strategies, like you'll just be, swimming upstream. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
I love it. No, I mean, we talk about this a lot. I think especially if you're in the accelerator, we talked a lot about like trial and error. Like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna make mistakes, and we can you can A, figure it out through trial and error, or B, you can learn from someone who's done it before, right? Like, that's like life is a trade-off of time and money. And like the idea, obviously, of this community is to bring and sharing best practices so that we can we don't all have to make the same mistake. It doesn't gonna avoid the fact that we will all make mistakes, but it's how do we avoid making some of those big mistakes. So Allie, I appreciate you willing to share your biggest mistakes and your learning lessons, so that on our journey to building 500,000+ followers on Instagram and TikTok, we don't have to make some of those big mistakes or pitfalls that you did and paved the way for us. So I'll let you kind of take it away. Let me make you like a co-host and be able to share, and we can kind of have a dialogue. And Victoria, good to see you again.
All right, can you see this Canva whiteboard?
Yes.
All right, so these are the things that I love talking about that I feel like not everybody knows. So I'm gonna spend like 1 or 2 minutes telling you like what I think I'm best at, and then I can open it up for questions. And I'll zoom out here. I have so many examples to show you guys depending on what you ask. So don't hold back. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've learned, and then I'll open it up for questions. So the 3 categories that I love talking about the most, that I feel like I have the most experience, is things I've done to go viral. I have tried everything, and I've gotten kind of crazy with it too sometimes, sometimes a little too crazy. That's why we have the downsides of going viral over here. But I've also been able to make extra money through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and I mean, almost every platform besides Threads, I guess. But I could talk about how to monetize social media, even if you're early, like less than 10,000 followers, and obviously downsides to going viral. So yeah, if anybody sees anything on here, especially the ones with the blue arrow down below, it means I have like examples and screenshots to show you here. So I'll open it up for questions, but let me know what you guys are curious about.
Hey, Victoria, go ahead.
Are you sure? Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead?
No. I
Okay,
want you to go
okay.
first.
He's doing ladies first. So I actually do have a question. I haven't moved really over to Instagram, TikTok, any of that other than LinkedIn, because I was told that pretty much your ideal clients hang out on LinkedIn because they might have more of like the cash to spend on coaching, and you might not hit more of like a target like professional audience. What are your thoughts on that? And then the other is, does it make sense to have more than one platform to focus on? Thank you.
Yeah. So first of all, nice to meet you. I don't think we've met yet. I'm Allie. So I, just like they give you stock advice, they say have a diverse portfolio, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I started on LinkedIn in like 2016, and I quickly realized I don't want this to be the only basket I put my eggs in. So I started to develop an email list through lead magnets. I tried to, start doing Instagram, started doing long form video on YouTube, trying that out, started a podcast, started a newsletter. I have gotten leads and clients from all of those. I agree with you that LinkedIn is probably the best for career coaching clients, because that's where people in the corporate world, in the professional world, live the most, and do professional things the most. But I have found that it's good to have a diverse portfolio, because sometimes, Instagram is down for a day, or sometimes you get banned on LinkedIn because you're trying to use an automation. So I think having a diverse portfolio of where you are on social is almost like social insurance. And you can reuse a lot of stuff. I'll come over here. So can you guys see this triangle, this pyramid? So if posting on every platform sounds daunting, it doesn't have to be. You can start by filming or recording long form content for like 30 minutes, and then you can use that, maybe with the help of AI, you can use that to write a newsletter about the same topic. You can have a couple ideas and create some short form content. You can do a written post on LinkedIn or Twitter or X, I guess they're calling it. You can create Instagram posts. So I like posting on every platform, but I only like making like a big source of content at the beginning, and then just making content using that, so it's not too much work.
Ali, can we spend some time there, like a little bit? I just have some questions. I think that's really interesting about so you use like your 30-minute podcast as your pillar content, and then from there you generate ideas to then create the new newsletter, the shorts, the LinkedIn and the Instagram posts, right?
Sometimes when I'm not feeling creative, I do this because it's an easy recipe for me to follow, and it only requires me being creative for 30 minutes, which I can do. I can squeeze water out of a rock for 30 minutes. Sometimes I'm on the other side and I feel so insanely creative, and I just bust out random newsletter here, random Instagram post here. But sometimes when I'm like, oh, I don't know what to post about, I'll ask ChatGPT for a topic, I'll talk about it for 30 minutes, and then I'll create all these things from it.
I think that newsletter, like you just copy that, like upload the video and say create a newsletter from this.
Yeah, so there are different websites where you can upload a video and it'll give you the transcript. You can do it with YouTube. You can do it with rev.com also, rev.com. It'll give you video transcripts, and then you can just stick it into ChatGPT and say, outline this so that I could write a newsletter about it. And then you start with the bullet points and then put your own voice in it and write the newsletter.
Awesome. That was
Yeah.
my question.
Has anybody here created all of these different forms of content, and then afterwards you just feel like you have no more things left in your brain? Like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I just made a bunch of videos, I can't think of anything else to do. This is a good solution for that. What other questions do people have?
I'll go again if anyone doesn't have a question.
Yeah.
or I'll mute my mic, whichever. Yeah, so I'm curious in terms of like getting inbound interest, like do you get inbound interest on these different platforms, and what is that typically like? Is it like people like, hey, I'm struggling to find a job, or is it like, hey, I'm looking for a career coach? Thank you.
So I try to manufacture the type of inbound messages that I want to get. If I want people to ask me about when's your next webinar, when's your next live, I'll post about how great my last live was. And then I'll look at the comments of that video or the comments of that post, and I'll message each person privately. Hey, notice you were interested, so you can do it that way. But yeah, sometimes I get DMs. TikTok is funny with DMs because I believe you have to be following somebody and they have to be following you before you can message each other. Sometimes they change it and they let anybody message you, and then you get the weird messages from the weirdos that have nothing to do with your content. I delete those. But yeah, I think it's a good source for getting leads, because you can get leads from people liking your comments or liking your posts, commenting on your posts, resharing your posts, especially on the platforms where you can DM people and see the list of people who liked. I think on each platform you can see who liked it, but you can't always message each person. LinkedIn, you can.
Let's go through the list, because I think I have a
Sure.
bunch of questions, but I know they're already listed. Like I want to learn more about the hook side of it, right? Like what are
Yeah.
like do you need to
Yeah, let's
create
go through it.
like native content? Like if I create a reel on my like if I record a 1 minute video on my phone, like how do I have to think about it differently when I put it on IG, when I put it on TikTok, when I put it on YouTube Shorts and so on too, right? So I don't know if you want to do that, or should we just go through this?
Yeah, let's just go through it. I'll hit all those things. Okay, so for anybody and everybody who's listening right now, I'm trying to spread this message. When you film with your camera, wipe the lens off. And I'm talking about your phone camera. I don't have my phone in here for once, but say this is your phone. Just before you film anything, I see a lot of people's videos look cloudy on social media. So just take a little wipe and just wipe the lens off before you film. Because if you look in the light, they usually have fingerprints on them. So that's my first tip for everybody. Okay, second tip, use good lighting. Natural lighting next to a window is great. Daniel, you have great lighting right now. Victoria, you have great lighting. You can see that most of one side of your face is lit, and you have a little bit of a lighting triangle right here on the other side. That is ideal lighting. If you Google what is ideal lighting, a little triangle right here, fully lit on this side. So lighting's good. Okay, so let's talk about hooks. People's attention spans are so short nowadays. It's kind of ridiculous. All the scrolling, all the swiping, even the news. You can just swipe in the news and just read headline, headline, headline. Tinder, swipe, swipe, swipe. So you have about 3 seconds to capture somebody's attention. If you don't believe me, time yourself when you're scrolling social media. You'll see how fast you scroll and how fast people lose your attention. So let's talk about examples of good hooks to start with. You want to incite mystery in the first 3 seconds that makes people want to hear the solution to the mystery or the answer to the question at the end. So a good hook example could be, I hope you're not making this mistake on your resume. Or because then people are saying, oh, I wonder if I'm making that mistake she's about to name. Then people want to stay. Another hook would be if you want to list something, here are 3 hot tips for job seekers right now. Make sure you stay to the last one because it's the best. So like give people a reason, like introduce some mystery, like, oh, I want to know about that. And then give people a reason to stay until the end. Then also use a call to action at the end of your videos or your posts that say, what do you think? Or do you agree or disagree? Or can you think of any exceptions to this rule? That invites people to comment. Commenting is what's going to make you go viral. If you ever get a comment, that's this right here, always answer a comment with a question, because then you can get somebody to comment again. Then you have 3 comments instead of just 1. Okay, I'll stop there. Any questions about any of that?
No, I think that's awesome, because I know that inherently from LinkedIn, because I want to continue the dialogue, but never think about at the end of the day, all the platforms have the same goal, which is attention. And so if if they comment, that's attention. And if I reply with answer their question, but then reply with a comment that's bringing them back. And I know, for example, the LinkedIn algorithm dramatically rewards those more than any like, right? So.
Yeah. And speaking of comments, I'll go over here. So my second TikTok video I ever did, I went viral. I got 629,000 views on my second video ever. I scrolled all the way to the bottom of my TikTok. This was when we lived at our old house, so probably 2019, 2020. And the reason it went viral is because people argued and were so mean to each other in the comments, if I'm being perfectly honest. This was the video. It was about one-page resumes and not putting your full address. And if you can get people arguing in your comment section with each other, that's how you go viral. Because they will go, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. They just keep going. Eventually it gets really ugly. No, you're a piece of shit. No, I don't like that. Sometimes I'll kind of try to break it up. I'll be like, all right, everybody, like, let's calm down. But that's how you go viral, is to get people arguing in your comments. So there are a couple, as career coaches, there are a couple very hot topics. You probably know what they are already, that if you make videos about them, you can get people arguing in the comments. One is you should have a one-page resume. Another one is you should always negotiate salary. Another is anything about exit interviews, because a lot of people are like, what? They have exit interviews? What's that? Another one is PIPs, performance improvement programs. These are all like topics that people could argue about for days. And it's quite annoying to see people arguing about this stuff, but yeah, people have very strong opinions about a lot of this. Any questions about that before I keep going?
No, I know Mari's over here taking notes, sending them to me.
Yeah, so there is, I'll go straight to the downside here. If you do what I'm saying and you make a video today about everybody needs a one-page resume, more than one page, it's going to get tossed in the trash. If you make that video, if you get people commenting and arguing in the comments, you might also get some DMs or some direct messages that are very negative and hateful. So I would recommend that first, you always, if you think you might go viral on a video, try to make it in your niche. I will show you a picture of, let me see if I click on this. This is my sister's TikTok, and she made a video about salt and pepper shakers, how to use them correctly. You turn them upside down, they have the ridges on the bottom, you do this with them, and it makes the salt and pepper come out of the bottom one. So she made a video about this. She sells smoothies and health and wellness stuff. This video has nothing to do with her niche, but video montage of you doing public speaking, high-fiving your team at work. Like it could be like that, this is what I know about career coaching.
1,000 things. And I've everything that you shared that's happened to me on LinkedIn, on like when I post something viral, like I posted something like, hey, resumes are dying. So that was the hook. And the whole post was all about how I think LinkedIn profiles are going to become more important than resumes.
Yes.
And so it's not that resumes are like not important, is that LinkedIn would be more important, right? Because people are just like utilizing it. And I remember getting not only tons of comments and fighting in the DMs, or like everything that you just shared. And I guess my advice for all of that is like, I've also had because my team sometimes most of the time writes my content. So right now is Mariana, but I had a different person doing it. And he wrote something I didn't agree on, and he posted it. I don't know if I was too busy, I didn't check it, whatnot, right? You have to be willing to fall on that hill. Like at least personally, it's like I'm totally good with putting something like that that's controversial, but I know that I truly believe in it, so I'm willing to fight it.
Yeah.
Versus posting something that you don't believe in just because you want it to go viral, because that can ultimately hurt your brand. So I think that's my takeaway, because it doesn't matter which platform it is. Like one of my viral posts too is I think universities should cancel classes during career fairs, just like they cancel classes for football games, right? I'm willing to die on that hill. So, right? So anyways.
You want to see a hill that I did die on? So this is the biggest video that I've gotten hate on. So the video is me saying you should be one of the first people in the office and the last to leave if you are in the first 5 years of your career, because you don't have anything to show for your career yet. So you have to prove yourself using your work ethic. Oh my God, everybody who's on an hourly pay, everybody who gets paid hourly commented on this video. It had 20,000 comments. I started getting death threats, so I had to turn the comments off. But this has, I don't know, over 1 million views, and it was brutal. It was brutal.
called the company. They
Yeah,
called the company. They
you're right.
They threatened a company, a Fortune 500 company, with legal action.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't, anything, can you just play it? Because nothing that you said there is like controversial, at least in my opinion.
Okay. Can you hear this if I play it?
No, so you stop sharing, and before you share your screen again, there's a button on the left-hand side that says share audio as well.
Share screen, advanced sharing. Advanced sharing options. Where does it say that? Chat participants, stop video.
It says in the bottom left, it says share sound.
Top right, they changed the layout. So top right, it says share sound.
In top right, I see.
I'll send you.
Oh, share sound, I see it.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a screenshot and send it to you on Slack.
Okay, tell me if this works now.
You should be one of the first people in the office and one of the last to leave if you are in the first 5 years of your career. And here's why. Essentially, it's because you have something to prove. You do not yet have a decade of experience under your belt. Your work doesn't speak for itself yet, but your work ethic can. But how am I still supposed to create work-life balance for myself? That I will go over in the next video.
Not too bad, right?
Right? I don't
People tried to get me fired. So hourly people that are paid minimum wage, most people that are paid minimum wage commented on that video and said, I'm not showing up a second early to my job. Why would I do that? Come early and stay late, be the first and the last to leave. I'd be there for 12 hours. I'm not going to do that. They need to pay me what I'm worth. I'm only going to work what I get paid for.
That's probably why they're
so, yeah. Luckily, I got to explain myself in a podcast that got a lot of views. So, but you don't always get to explain yourself. So that can be the downsides of going viral, is getting a lot of hate. But like I said, when we post on social media, we kind of have to stop caring what people think, because we're working and living out loud so much in these videos that we kind of have to just go, oh, you didn't like that video? Oh, well, there's bigger things in the world to be mad about. Okay, any other questions before I keep going? I want to show you guys this thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Victoria,
Go ahead, Victoria.
No, I think there was someone, I'm gonna not pronounce her name, but Solange, Solangy. I think she had her hand up.
Solange.
Hi, yeah. I was just asking, how do you handle those like negative comments? Like, do you maybe block people like Daniel did, or do you how do you handle the hate?
So I try not to ever delete comments, and I try not to block people unless they're showing me their private parts, which happens sometimes, unfortunately. That's kind of where I draw the line. I have a really low bar. So what I do if I get a hate comment is I respond with a really dumb question. I'll say something like, what do you mean? Then they comment again, and they boost your engagement, and the algorithm is more favorable towards you. If you delete comments, if you block people, you are essentially telling the algorithm, I know you're showing my video to people, but I'm gonna delete some of the engagement that you're giving me. And so the algorithm is gonna take its business elsewhere. So I do not recommend deleting comments, because when you're growing, you will have a following. If you have a strong personal brand, you will develop a cult following where people are like, they will die on that hill with you, whatever it is. And if you get a hate comment, what you'll start seeing is your biggest fans will start arguing with them in the comments. What are you talking about? Daniel's awesome. Get out of here. Argue, viral. So I do not delete comments. I respond with a question like, what are you talking about? Or like, what does insidious mean? And they comment again, you're an even bigger idiot than I thought. And then somebody will say, no, she's not. And then argue. And Rico and I just get out the popcorn and we just love to see it.
What do you follow-up question on that? What are your thoughts on killing them with kindness?
Yeah, you might help break the ice for somebody where if somebody's having a really awful day and they're trying to hurt the closest person to them and they happen to see your video and they write you a really mean comment, you might break the ice that's encased their heart. You know, if they're having a really terrible day and you're like, hey man, like, are you okay? They might comment back or DM you and be like, no, man, I'm not okay. Like, I just lost my job. Sorry, I took it out on you. That's happened to me before too. And I have become friends with people that were originally writing a hate comment. And then they were like, sorry, man, I'm just having a really bad day. And I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, killing them with kindness can work. Try it.
We do it. That's like our philosophy on LinkedIn. Like I just like whenever in doubt, like when somebody could be an asshole, I tell Mari, kill him with kindness.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that too. They might ignore you though and not comment again.
Which is fine, but at least like everyone else who reads my comment, like, God, the guy's like this guy's hating and this guy's super nice back. Like,
yep. Another thing that I've said that I thought is funny. Sometimes when I get a hate comment, I'll go, like a lot of people will comment like, you don't deserve a platform. And I'll comment and say, if you think my TikTok's bad, I hope you never find my Instagram.
And then they find your Instagram.
And then they find my Instagram. And then I get views there. So turn every hater into a dollar bill if you can. Okay, I want to tell you guys what this is. This has saved me on multiple occasions. So if anybody owns a tripod, they're like this big at their smallest point and like this big when they're fully extended, and you can't carry a tripod around everywhere. So what this is, I think it's called an Octo Buddy. And they have them on Amazon. They're so cheap, but they go on the back of your phone. This is a little sticker that you'd peel off and it's very sticky. You stick it on the back of your phone. You can stick this to the side of a building. You can stick this to a window that has great sunlight, but this is a great way. It's like a tripod on the go. And if you're in a hotel room, instead of like propping your phone up on the windowsill, you can use this thing. And I love carrying one of these around, or like a phone case with one of these that I can quickly swap out in case I want to like stick it to my car window and just be like, hey, I'm gonna make a video right now in my car, instead of like holding it like this. So love this guy. Also, let me share this. But another invite to comment at the end of a post is, what are some exceptions to this? You know, if I'm like, you should always have a one-page resume. Can you think of any exceptions? People love to comment, well, what about this? Or, you know, so if you're going to make videos, end with an invite to comment. We already talked about getting people arguing in the comments. These are some hot topics. Also, life hacks or career hacks or job hacks or resume hacks. Everybody loves hacks. I don't know what it is, but you can also go to Reddit and look up pro life pro tips or something, and get inspiration. There's some great quotes there. So everybody loves a hack, a life hack or career hack. Okay, I want to tell you guys about TikTok Insights. So let's assume for a moment TikTok's not getting banned. I have mixed feelings about that, but if you want to know what's trending on TikTok, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the search bar in TikTok and you're going to search creator search insights. These 3 words exactly. And you're going to click view here. Creator search insights. See what TikTok users are searching for and get inspired to create. It'll take you to this video. Now, if you click for you here, these are videos that are trending in your niche. So you probably have to, you can't be new to TikTok and do this. You probably have to teach the algorithm what videos you make and what videos you like to see. So I'm always liking videos that are about interviewing or layoffs. I'm making videos about that. So it knows that I like stuff about jobs, resigning, tech, strawberry makeup. But this is really good. And you guys can, I'll just leave this up here. You guys can use the link that I put in the chat to view this later if you want. But if you ever need inspiration for what people are searching for, like your followers specifically, what they're searching for, these are great topics for inspiration. Any questions there before I keep going?
I think you need a certain amount of following to have that tool active.
Oh,
I think so.
let's see. Is TikTok creator search insights for everyone? I don't know. Yeah, Rico, let me know if you know how many followers or if you see that somewhere. Yeah, it might be. I think you can go live when you have 1,000. There's like some rules like that. You have to be 18. So yeah, sometimes TikTok has rules with who has access to what. All right. Another tip so this will absolutely prevent you from going viral most of the time. There are some exceptions, but if you make a video on any social media platform and in your video you mention another social media platform, like if you make a TikTok about LinkedIn hacks, TikTok will not show your video to many people because it doesn't want you reminding people that they could be on a different platform. It doesn't want to advertise a different platform. They want to keep you on their platform. So notice if you ever make a TikTok and you say the words visit my link in bio, they don't want you to have your people go to click the link in bio and leave TikTok. You can't say the word website either. If in your TikTok videos you're saying visit my website at blah blah blah.com or any website, even if you say google.com, they don't want you leaving TikTok. So your videos will get maybe 230 views and that's it. So how are you supposed to get people to message you on LinkedIn from TikTok? There's like a speed bump in the sales funnel there. It's kind of hard to convert from TikTok to LinkedIn. You can do it with lives. Lives are great. You can say anything you want on a live. You don't have to censor yourself too much. You can repeat yourself a lot. When we do a post, we don't repeat ourselves a lot, like, sign up, book a call, sign up. But in a live, you can say, yeah, sign up and book a call. Every 10 minutes you're on a live, say that because there's more people that join. So I love doing Instagram live and TikTok live. Daniel, have you ever done YouTube live?
So, no, but
would you?
Yes. One of the things is like what we used to have Riverside to do podcast, and one of the things that I am trying to get my producer Mariana Madrid to agree on, look at her scratching her head, is whenever we record podcasts, to just have them, like, we know how we recorded the podcast on Riverside, Ali? Like, that should have been a live Instagram, that should have been a live on Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then we should have edited it, and then that should have went on all the other platforms, like whatever, 2 weeks later. And so you use the same 1 hour and twice, and then from there create the pillar contents, like all the micro contents. So right now, me and my amazing marketing team are looking to do, like, build the process of doing that. And we're on StreamYard. So yes, I want to, haven't really done it, but we're getting there.
I gotta introduce you to a friend of mine who uses StreamYard instead of Riverside. And she is the VA for Kim Kopp. She does Coffee with Kim. And her name is Shelby. I'll introduce you to her. She manages their thing, but she did that with StreamYard. She linked all the socials. We were live on everything. And then it was a recording. And then she turned it into a landing page with my links and her link. It was like, the post-production was insane. So I'm gonna introduce you to Shelby.
Yeah.
That's the
thing is, like, I know backwards from you, I focused on LinkedIn for the first 10 years of my career
Yeah.
and have miserably failed at building anything else aside from LinkedIn. But this time we're doing it. We have the team, we have the knowledge, we have patience.
You have the video and the lighting, which
Video, the lighting.
amazing. Yeah, your videos are getting better and better every day. And that's another thing that I love about what you're doing, Daniel. And this is what Rico and I did. Try to improve one little thing in between every video. If you can make your lighting a little bit better for the next one, if you can, avoid making a spelling mistake in the caption for the next one. Sometimes there's TikTok videos that have the text at the bottom and they're overlaid with, the hashtags and your username. Put your text a little bit higher so it's not covered by anything. Try to improve one little thing about each video. This is like a Mr. Beast hack, the biggest YouTuber of all time. And in a couple weeks, you will be making better videos. In a couple months, your videos will be unrecognizable. So try to improve one little thing.
Yeah. No, I think that I was messaging that to Mari because I think that we definitely do that. And shout out to Alejo, who's our editor, who's also here. I literally have my whole marketing team come down. I'm like, come on, everybody just watch this. The video that's coming out, when is it? Is it tomorrow, Mari? Tomorrow?
If we get your approvals, yes.
Okay. I super excited comparing that video that's coming out tomorrow to the video that we launched the first video in our YouTube video. Like I'm like, damn, I could have watched this video from like someone like Cody Sanchez, where like I love her content. And I'm like, her editor is like Alejandro's editor. It's like Alejo, like, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so happy for you, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Takes a village to make good content.
Thank you.
Nice. Any other questions before we move on to how to make some extra money with social media?
I have a question now that Daniel introduced me. Hi. Well, we have been reflecting a lot about like great quality production, like for Instagram Reels. Like we have not like explored TikTok like at all, but Instagram, yes. Like I've been doing like a research, like what's viral on Instagram and how can we improve our Reels. And I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think about like the quality of the production of the video? Like, because sometimes you can make something really simple that it's really good, but sometimes you can make something that looks like a film, So yeah.
Yeah. Rico, do you have any thoughts about this? I feel like you've told me before that, it doesn't matter the quality.
I know creators that make the shittiest video, but the message is gold.
Yeah.
And I know creators that have no message, but the videos are pleasing, with the editing. So I think the video is secondary if the message is spot on. So if the message is gold, you can have no video editing done. But if you have no message and you put in a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of money at it with high-tech equipment, it's still not going to flop because the message is not there. So I would say you need to have a good message, good hook, good message, and then the quality could be from cell phones. Most people use just cell phones. So
yeah,
you just need to get the message on point value.
Really quick question, follow up on that, and then Victoria. So here's a dilemma that like I think we have. We'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. So right now, I guess I'm taking over this as a conversation. I'm asking questions. So we were doing our goal is to do 2 YouTube videos a week. Then from that YouTube video, create like just like the pyramid that you share, create like 2 to 3 reels, create like 2 posts, and so on. As we're starting out, we always have to ramp up and get to that point. Would you guys suggest focusing on like say 1 YouTube video and then really focusing on the hook, the title, and all of that before going into the quantity? Or do we just do quantity, just knowing that we'll get better because of the amount of videos we put out?
So me and Ali, when I look at Mr. Beast's video, he says he can create a new YouTube channel today and get 100 million views on it on the first day. But he says he says people know when you invest a lot of time into it, into a video. So I wouldn't go for quantity, I would go for quality. If it takes you 3 weeks to do one video, it's better to do to take the time to perfect it. I know that Stephen Graham has like 4 or 5 editors that edit his videos to the T. They look at it, they look clip for clip for clip. And just to get him out there isn't going to help. And I've tested that out on my YouTube channel. And you just need to you need to give him value, value, value. And if there's a few seconds where there's no value, clip it out, put them together, make a jump cut, value, value, value. Do everything to one video and you'll see it. It's gonna take off. But I rather focus on one video than on 2 a week and trying to get them out. Do one that's like perfectly edited and then focus on the next one, perfectly edited, and then work on that one and then move on. Because then people can tell when you put in a bunch of time into your video. It's just, people can just tell.
Rico, what's that software that makes viral clips? Is it called Opus Clips?
Something like it. So after the whole video is done, you can use AI to make shorts from it. There's like a bunch of like long into shorts. CapCut does it, and a few other ones. But the key video, the first one, need to be like amazing, and then you can. And everybody has their own style of video. Everybody can kind of figure out. Are you sitting down? Are you walking around in a park? I know people that get 60,000 views and they upload every day because they just walk around with a phone and record themselves. So it's all about what you think is quality. You just need to keep the value. The value needs to be there.
Yeah. So if you create long form, Daniel, you can put it in here and pay a little bit of money and they'll make what they think would be viral clips from your long form content. We've tried it. It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Victoria, do you have a question?
Victoria.
Sorry, I didn't unmute. Yeah, so definitely kind of along these lines as well. So I just hired like a video editor, and I do have photographer that I've worked with to record like some random videos. I think they're 2 minutes long. So I think I'm gonna have those like spliced down to 30 seconds. But I need to make like 8 videos this month, and I'm wondering like, how do you, for someone that's just getting started, like, throwing videos up on Instagram, but for like as a content creator, like how would you recommend getting started with this? Like in my brain, I'm like, okay, like pick out what you're going to say, but I always like spend way too much time on videos that it ends up being not effective. So I'd love to know what your feedback is in regards to that.
Yeah. So have you ever heard of Answer the Public?
I have.
So Answer the Public is a way for you to enter a topic here and it'll give you 20 things to post about. ChatGPT can also do this. This is a cool one because it gives it to you in like a little tree, like interview prep. I even spelled it wrong. Let's see if it can do it. Hopefully it doesn't make me create an account. But this would be a great place if you need inspiration for topics. This is taking a while, or I didn't like that I misspelled it, but play around with it on your own time. Yeah, it wants me to make an account. I think it has a free version, but try, I'll put that down here. Use Answer the Public for inspiration on content topics. Okay, so that's, and then you can easily search for examples of viral video hooks. They have like articles that you can just look at and just borrow some hooks. They list them here. What 99% of job seekers don't realize, or like, so get a good hook. You have your topics, you have your hook, film the video, If you want to know exactly how I film my videos, I've hidden a little tutorial in here. It's a YouTube
All
video.
right, now let's get into
This is me in my house, and this is a video of exactly how I set up my phone, how I edit a video, what I click on, how I shorten each frame. It's literally a 13-minute video of how I make a 30-second video. So you can find this video. I think it's private. It's unlisted here, so nobody has access to this, but you guys and like 3 of my friends I've shared this to. But it's right here. Sorry, where is it? Tutorial. So you guys have the Canva document. If you click this tutorial video, can somebody try it? And if anybody has issues accessing it, I need to change it to private instead of unlisted, but watch that. That can give you some ideas for like how to edit like
It works.
speech gaps. Okay, good. So that'll give you some tips on how to edit gaps out of a video. So instead of starting a video where you press record,
now let's get
then you,
into
Sorry.
what was that?
Sorry, it was you. I need to mute myself. That was you talking.
Mute me. So that video will teach you how to edit the gaps out. And you'll notice if you watch any of my short form video, I'm really punchy with the words. I'm like, here's 3 tips for you. And then I launch right into the next sentence. There's no, they call it the millennial gap. There's no gap in between sentences. It keeps people's attention. So that video teaches you how to do that. What else, Victoria? Does that answer the question?
Absolutely. Phenomenal.
Okay.
I guess the only other thing is like, do you have any recommendations on like where to put your freaking camera? I think you did talk about like sticking like a stick thing to the wall. Any other things besides that, or is that like the best that you would say in terms of like getting your camera like eye level? I love I'm using my phone in this. I don't know how this happened, but
Yeah, I would stick it on a window. You can also do like, you know, hold it in front of yourself, selfie mode, really early in the morning or really close to sunset during golden hour in the morning and at night. Or by the window works. I wish I had a mirror to show you guys what's in front of me right now. I have the most insane camera lighting setup. If I switched, let me see. If I switched my video to be
To the
over
iPhone.
here.
Oh, look.
Hello. Not as great, right? So, let me go back to this other one. So yeah, you can like I have 2 humongous lights at 45 degree angles. I also have a ring light over there that's not on that has a phone holder. Let me grab it. These are great. They're like $30 on Amazon. You just put your phone right here, turn the light on. It has a remote. This might be for remote shooting actually, which no, it's not. It's for like turning the, oh no, it is for remote shooting. But yeah, stick your phone on a windowsill or do it outside. Cars also have the best lighting. Oh, I'm gonna add this to the list. If you can do a car rant, those always do really well. So a car rant is when you sit in your car. Cars have great audio because all the doors and windows are closed and it's just you in there. So great audio. They also have great lighting because the lighting is bouncing off the dash. It's hitting your face. You're not in direct sunlight. So if you can rant about something in your car, those videos almost look like this person is so passionate about this topic. They literally pulled over on the side of the road to make this video. Usually I will just take my phone and go out to my car in my driveway and just film in my driveway, but nobody would ever know. But these do really well. If you don't feel like you have good lighting somewhere in your house, go in your car. What other questions you guys have?
No, this is awesome.
So Daniel, do you have an Amazon storefront?
No, I don't, but I should, at least for book recommendations. I tell everybody to buy a book and I might as well give them the link and make a commission.
Yeah, so this is our storefront. We, if you went to this Amazon page down here, we have, actually, I think I even have the link here. If you guys start buying stuff for your business, your career coaching business, like content stuff, you can have an Amazon storefront here where we have, where is it? Content creation must-haves. If anybody, Rico and I get messages all the time. Yo, man, what camera are you using right now for your Zoom video? It's amazing. Oh, that's this one down here. Or like, what lighting are you using? So this is the camera I'm using right now, the Sony camera. these are the, no, not those. Where's the one with the green screen? This one. These are the two lights that are in front of my face right now. So Daniel, start an Amazon store, or anybody listening who's starting to buy stuff and they're seeing that it's working. People will start asking you, hey man, like your audio sounded amazing on your podcast. What mic were you using? You can send them a link to this and then you make a commission, a little bit of a commission. It's like dollars, not a lot, but it can grow to be a lot over time. And it's kind of like passive income. So I'd recommend this if anybody wants to be making money with social media.
Wow.
What else? Brand deals. So career coaches are in a really interesting position to do brand deals for awesome companies like Glassdoor, LinkedIn. There's all these AI sites for like helping with interview prep. Yeah, Teal. So if you put on your Instagram and your TikTok, you should list your email. You will start getting emails that are like, hey, can we send you some free sunglasses and you make a video? No, you don't have to say yes to those unless you're in the market for sunglasses. I just said yes to that actually, and I got these for free, and it took me an Instagram story, but that's a great way to start making money also, because there's companies that want to reach your audience of career professionals or job seekers. Because if you go look at LinkedIn's TikTok account, it's not that great. LinkedIn's TikTok is kind of lacking. Glassdoor, it's not great. So you guys are going to reach a lot more people on those apps than they will. And so if you put your email in your bio, you can say like inquiries and then like point to your email, you'll start getting emails. If you ever need help with what to charge, if somebody approaches you about doing an ad, let me know. I started at, I don't know, $250 for a video, and now I'm like in the multi thousands for a video. So that's a great way to do this also. And then Gumroad. Has anybody heard of Gumroad? It's like for blogs, kind of. It's kind of like Medium, but you have to pay for stuff. So I made a social media challenge on Gumroad. It's a platform where you create a document and then people can purchase it, like the ultimate LinkedIn job seekers guide. I made a social media challenge, and I sold it for $3, and I get notifications if people buy it sometimes. So Daniel, I know you have a bunch of freebies. I think probably all career coaches should have some freebies. Feel free to make freebies and charge money for them, and then they won't be freebies anymore. But Gumroad is a great way to monetize also. And you can just once in a while put it in your Instagram story. A lot of people, and you can say like, a lot of people have been asking me about LinkedIn lately. Like, click this link if you want to access my LinkedIn guide. I've made it, only $2 for you guys. So that's another way to monetize. What other questions do you guys have? That was pretty much everything I wanted to cover.
Is Gumroad kind of like Etsy?
Yes, it's like Etsy for
It's a
documents.
store.
Yeah.
It's like Etsy for what?
Like documentation, like documents. You can make like
Documents.
PDFs, blogs.
Why would you put those on Gumroad versus your website?
There's a lot more people going to Gumroad than your website, I would think. It maybe not. I don't know you, Christina. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Hi, nice to meet you. You look
Nice to
just
meet
like my cousin. It's so funny.
Really?
My cousin Marie, I kept checking your name. It was so weird.
What's up, fam?
Yeah.
But I would think that Gumroad has a lot more traffic to its site, and you could be more discoverable there than your own website, unless you pay for ads and you're getting a lot of website traffic. But yeah, and also I think people who are already paying for things on Gumroad, they don't have to enter their payment info again to buy your thing, but on your website they might not trust, like, oh, is she going to share my data? But Gumroad's a big company that probably has some data safety.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I had another question about do you batch your content, your video content? Like, how do you do it?
I used to be religious with it, and I would film 3 videos a day and post 3 videos a day on TikTok. If you want the best shot at going viral, I suggest you post at least 3 times a day on TikTok. They don't even have to be great videos. Find what people like. One of them will get 2,000 views, do that again. Then the next one will get 15,000 views, do that again. So try a lot. You want to have a big data set so that you can decide like, oh, my followers like this type of content. I'll make more of that. I don't really batch it because that felt, like I said at the beginning of this call, I have like spurts of creativity where sometimes I'm like feeling super creative and I'll make a couple videos, and then other days I don't feel very creative and those videos never do very well. When I force myself to make a video, they never do well. But when I'm so passionate and I'm at PetSmart shopping for dog food and I'm just like, "Oh, I just need to make a video right now. I'm so pissed off that I saw this on LinkedIn earlier," and I'll just film a video in the dog food aisle. Those go viral. So I would do it when you're feeling most creative, but that's not great for time management because then you got to just do it randomly. So try batching content. If it doesn't work, try filming content when you're really fired up about something and you feel inspired, and maybe you can save it for later and batch that.
Amazing.
Okay, thank you.
Ali, you are amazing. I just stopped sharing it just because so we could wrap it up. I know you're gonna get thousands of questions. So if you're watching the replay and I'll actually, Ali, what would be the best way if somebody wants to connect with you, ask you questions or anything like that? Would that be LinkedIn? Or I guess they can message you on the school community. How you tell me, boss?
LinkedIn, there's a lot on LinkedIn right now. I don't want to lose anybody's message. So yeah, message me on school. I'm trying to be more active on there. So yeah.
Awesome. Ali, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, for, you know, collaborating, for just like, honestly, just opening up your journey on Instagram and TikTok and just social media and just being so open with us. You know, I appreciate you so much. For everyone else too, thank you so much for being here, right? And attending our first community event. Our goal is to, you know, collaborate a lot more, right? To continue to develop this community of career coaches. And so if you enjoyed this, definitely keep coming to this. We have one next Monday, just shout outs to some of the events that are coming up. We have an amazing Q&A with Gurov. Gurov is an amazing career coach he had a recruiting agency that he sold with his partners for they did $72 million in revenue when they sold it. And
Whoa.
he now started a career coaching business on the side, kind of like a little side hustle, and he did $3 million a year. He did $2.8 million in revenue last year. Just so there's levels to this game. Obviously, we talk a lot about that. And so he's going to be answering questions on his journey and how he's been able to kind of build it up. So that's going to be next Monday at the same at 6 p.m. EST. Then that's 22nd of April. We have Adam Broda talking about how he grew his LinkedIn to 375,000 followers. So that's going to be awesome. Then that same week, on Wednesday the 24th, we have Tiffany Utman, who is also an amazing career coach. She also has a lot of followers on Instagram and TikTok and LinkedIn. And we're actually not going to be talking about social media. We're going to talk about how to increase the lifetime value of your coaching clients. So something that's really impressive is that 85% of her clients buy the second program, right? So like you have a program, you help them get a job, but then what about after? So I tell you, we've worked with 300 clients in our career coaching business every single year. We never thought about building a second program. What a fail. I should have talked to Tiffany 2 years ago. So this is what we failed in the community side of it. Because even if we sell 10% of that, that's a lot, right? So that's going to be a really awesome workshop. And then we are looking to also, and we have some really good ones coming in too. In May, we already have one with Samuel de Inca talking about how you own your niche. Like, how do you own a whole industry? So like, you can think about building a career coaching business horizontally or vertical. And Samuel de Inca built, it's called Evolve Your Success. He owns a program called How to Break People into Medical Sales. He started out helping people how to break into medical sales. He's now training people how to get promoted. So he's owning the whole vertical. And now he's working with companies who are paying him to train their sales reps. So he's going to be talking all about how to grow vertically as a career coach. We have Diana Chan talking about branding, right? How to build your brand. She's obviously an amazing branding coach. So all to say is that we have some amazing events coming up. Continue to engage in the community. If you want to see some trainings and some content, go to the classroom section. And if there's anything you guys think that we could do better in the community, please send me a message because we would love to improve. We know that it's not perfect, but we strive for perfection, even though we know we'll never get there. And if you have any other career coaches that you think can find value in being part of this free community for career coaches only, please don't hesitate to share the link to join the community, which is school.com/career coaches. The same way you join, you can just share that link. I appreciate you guys. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Now, if you just enjoyed that workshop and you want to have access to that workshop live and be one of those individuals that's asking questions in that workshops, in the link below, I will have access for you to join our career coaches community on School absolutely free. We're trying to build a community to elevate career coaching, to increase collaboration over competition, and give you access to learn from the best, directly from the best career coaches. So if you're one of them, see you inside the community. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.